Hi everybody, welcome to On the Spectrum Kitchen. This is the delayed first day of spring special, and today we're going to make a carrot cake with coconut cream cheese frosting. I'm going to call it my carrot patch cake because it's going to be decorated like a carrot patch. Alrighty, let's get baking. Alright, so first things first, we're going to preheat our oven to 350. Prep a couple cake pans that I set over there and set them aside. Now, in case you haven't noticed, there were some things got moved around. I no longer have a stove, but I'm going to get one soon. In the meantime, I'm just going to borrow my parents' stove. This is a duplex stove. Anyway, we are going to combine the dry ingredients, which is 2 cups. Careful not to break or spill this. Let me move this. 2 cups of AP flour. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Whoop. And I spilled a bit of the oil. That's on me. Anyway, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of ground ginger. If you want, you can add a 1/4 teaspoon of clove, nutmeg, and allspice. I'm just going to stick with 2 spices today. And we're going to mix them until they're combined. The reason I'm doing this is because the wet ingredients are going to go into the dry, and I figured why waste time. Alright. Now, onto the dry. Alright. Now, for the dry, we're going to add, I apologize, I have to say this all the time. Since we're on that section of apologizing, which is going to be somewhat ironic, I know I apologize a lot, and I am sorry for that, hence the issue, but you know what I mean. I am going to work on that. Doing my best. Okay, next we're going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar. Then we're going to add a 3/4 cup of brown sugar. This recipe calls for light, but I don't have any light at the moment, so I'm going to use dark. By the way, you will expect a slightly darker flavor than you color or flavor as you would light brown sugar. Next, we're going to add 4 eggs. Now, if I'm being honest, carrot cake is not my favorite cake, but it's not half bad. Let me know in the comments what you think. But since we're talking, you should know that the reason the first day of spring special is delayed is because the day of the first day of spring, I came down with the flu, which is totally awful. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the announcement that it was delayed. I'm going to rinse the egg yolks off my hands real quick. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Hands are clean. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1.5 cups of oil. You can use either vegetable canola or melted coconut oil. I'm using canola oil today. Okay. Next, I'm going to grab a whisk, which I set down here. I'm going to mash some of the egg yolks, and we're going to mix until combined. Oh, this doesn't break. I once had a whisk break on me. If you saw, I think it was the time I made my chocolate chip cookies. If you just see clumps of the brown sugar, you may have to mash them just a smidge. Sorry you can't see me. Hands for the sorries. Yeah, it's a bad habit I'm trying to break myself out of. If there are clumps left, there's a chance that it'll mix with the batter, I think. Okay. Now we're going to add, it's mixed enough. This should be what you're going through. It's darker because I use dark brown sugar instead of light, like how the recipe calls for. Unfortunately, my brown sugar got hard as a rock, so if you know any methods of preventing that, just let me know in the comments. We're going to add the wet and the dry. Oh, some of the sugar didn't get dissolved. And some of the batter spilled. And you know what? It'll dissolve. It'll mix during the process. By the way, if you have any song suggestions for the background music, let me know in the comments. And maybe one day I'll play them. We're gonna mix this till combined. And I'm just gonna take the wet mix. That spilled. Okay. And now my hands are sticky again, so I'm gonna go wash this off again, and I'll be right back.
Boy.
Hey.
Hi.
Good thing I paused. You're fine, I paused it. Thank you.
You got lots of milk. Drink it up.
Good, because I need it for my...
Oh, good.
This is actually perfect timing. The pudding mix I bought requires milk.
What's all over the floor? Is that oil you're gonna fall down?
I don't know what that is.
It feels like oil.
I don't recall carrying oil around.
Um.
Mom, those are probably from your footprints. Hold on, Julie. I'll get to you in a second. Trying to open the door. You're so funny.
Weird. Lisa told me to trim it. He took that as, you hate it, I'm a dramatic 5-year-old girl, I'm gonna shave it off. Where's my point a little bit? Hello. So, alright, as soon as you guys go, I can start with that. What? No, I'm gonna keep it paused for a minute. No. As soon as you leave, then I can start with that. Oh. Yeah. We should go with you. So, No, first it goes. Hi, I'm Dave. I'm gonna take you over here. Is it your first time on site? We're gonna do a safety meeting. Here, make your black, whatever. This will be great.
Okie dokie. Cakes are cool. Now we're gonna start on the frosting. So what you're gonna do is, I already did this already, take 2 blocks of cream cheese and half a cup of butter, all softened, and just beat it until it's smooth, like butter. It's gonna take a couple of minutes, so hang in there. Stop. Do this at a slow or a somewhat medium speed. Well, once you feel like it's smooth enough, that's when you can start adding the rest. Alright, I think it's looking smooth enough, so next we're gonna add a pinch of salt. I don't remember where they were for a second. And then, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, for the coconut flavor, you could do either 1 teaspoon of coconut extract or 1 cup of sweetened coconut flakes, or shredded coconut, whatever you prefer. Today, I'm going to use the coconut extract since that's what I have. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of milk. Slowly add it so it won't splatter everywhere. Alright, if you're comfortable, you can crank up the speed. Just a smidge. Alright, now I'm going to grab a spoon. And we're going to gradually add 4 cups of powdered sugar. If you don't feel comfortable with 4, just add like a cup at a time. And taste it, and if it tastes sweet enough, just stop. But for this recipe, we're lowering the speed first. Then we're gradually adding 4 cups of sugar. By the way, it's important to make sure your sugar isn't too clumpy, because if that happens, you're just going to end up with chunks in the frosting, and it is not tasty. It's looking good. Oh, and I have some big news. April 2nd is the On the Spectrum Kitchen's 2-year anniversary. So I'll be making a special dish. Hopefully you guys will love it. Where has 2 years gone by already. Let me know in the comments which recipe I made was your favorite, or what video was your favorite. From the first tries to the recipes, that kind of stuff. This frosting is seriously super good. Just make sure you add it carefully and slowly, the powdered sugar. Almost done. I know I'm boring you to death. I'm sorry. Now that's something worth apologizing for, because I'm potentially boring you to death. Okay. That's the last of the sugar. Make sure you scrape the sides as you go to make sure all the sugar gets incorporated. And if you feel like you should, crank up the speed. That's totally up to you. That's what I did. I cranked up the speed. This frosting's looking lovely. I cannot wait to start assembling this carrot cake. Why am I making cheesecake? Well, I think I know what to make next in the future. Cheesecake. Alright, I'm gonna get the cake pans and we will assemble. Okay, now, oh, here's the different. The first layer came out great, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of the frosting in the center of this first. It might be the frosting might be a little lumpy, but that's okay. It's kind of like when I did my Italian cream cake and you see little chunks of the butter. I think it's the butter, maybe the sugar. Oh, either way, it's something. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a separate plate, put it up here for now. This first layer came out great, and as for this one, it came out, wow, beautifully. Go carefully. All right. Now, I got a little sticky, so I'm going to wash my hands real quick. So the reason I'm not going to play music for this part is because I just really want to focus on this. That and my iPad's about to die, so I'm just going to let it charge for a few minutes so I can get this done. Yeah, for the looks of it, this could be sugar. It's a little hard to tell. Oh, no, that's cream cheese. So now I know what went wrong last time. Okay, you live and you learn, I guess. So we're going to carefully smooth this side. All right. Yeah, so if you see chunks of cream cheese, that means it's been smooth all the way, and that's on me. But, I don't know, maybe whoever tries it won't notice. Mistakes happen, and I'm slowly learning to accept that, because, well, part of the reason I apologize a lot is because I can be hard on myself. And it's not easy, and I'm doing my best to cope and to work on that. You know what? I'm gonna grab the whisk attachment since I put the paddle attachment in the dryer. And I'm just gonna let it mix for like another minute or so or two. It may come up as whipped, but you know what? That's okay. I have to rise. As you can see, that was literally a minute. You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna leave this on here. I'm gonna some of the cream cheese got on the counter, but that's okay. Now, believe it or not, I am a self-taught amateur baker. I'm still learning some tricks. One knows how to frost. I'll admit, the coconut frosting tastes good, and it doesn't taste so sweet. That's good. It's a good thing for me. It's looking nice. I still have ways to go when it comes to smoothing cakes like this. Oh well, I think it's looking good. One day I'm gonna get better at this. Okay, it's looking good. Just gonna add a little more at the top because we're gonna do the carrot patch decoration. It's looking good. Now, before I add the pecan skirts, I'm just gonna smooth out the sides just a smidge more. You know, if you think about it, it's kind of looking like a semi-naked cake. Considering this is gonna be a carrot patch cake, well, make it look like it'll look like the ground a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and we'll get to decorating. Okie dokie. So, we're going to take what's left here of the pecans. So, we're going to carefully place them on the sides, like I did with the Italian cream cake. The only difference is my hands are going to be extra sticky and messy under the frosting. Know yourself, wear gloves. Alright, that's good. Now I'm gonna wash my hands again. Then we'll get to the carrot patch part. Why can't I say that right today? Okay, so to make the cabbage patch, we're gonna make dirt. The recipe will be in the description, but to save some time, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and we're gonna add the coconut cream cheese frosting. You can do that too if you like. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. And scrape the sides as you eat. Either stop the mixer first or do that on a slow speed to mix it together and combine. Okay, it's looking close enough to what we need. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a piping bag and whatever large cup I can find, and a spoon. Okay. Now, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to not use a piping tip. Man, am I going to do a lot of cleaning up tonight? It's looking nice. Okay, just a sec. Okie dokie, let's make the dirt patch thingy. The patch is what we're gonna call it, I guess. So I just, for some safety measure, I just popped this in the fridge for about a minute. Here we go. It's not looking exactly how I wanted it, but it's a lot better than nothing, I guess. Okay, let me just show you before I... So, it's not exactly how I wanted it, but look at it this way. There's still a little snow. Okay, let me just fix this a little bit, sorry. Now, I forgot to film this, but I made carrots out of a carrot mold that I had. Sorry, up. Ah, well. Look at it this way. I didn't want any greens, so... Okay, some of these carrots didn't want any carrot tops on them. Okay, it's looking nicer. Oh, you might want to pop this in the fridge for a minute. Three. Okay, some of these are super stuck. Not a lot of these carrots want to have tops on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6 chocolate carrots. I just melted a couple things of white chocolate and colored them. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. You know what? I'm accepting that these are not all going to have tops. And whatever comes apart, either work with it or eat it. Me, I'm going to eat it. I want to stick some of this ground. I'm calling it. You know, think about it. This is a carrot patch cake where it's barely have melted snow. If you know what I mean. Let me know in the comments if it makes sense. So close. Well, it's not as I wanted it, but it's going to be a lot better than nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. And there you have it. Carrot Patch Cake. Thank you for watching today's On the Spectrum Kitchen. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be putting the recipe in the description below, so if you ever want to make it yourself, you can. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.